Hey, what's up everybody? In this video we are taking a look at these. I think they may be the Nike Vomero number 16. What is up people, and welcome back to the channel. How are we all doing? Have you listened to the Long Run podcast? Let me know in the comments. If you've not, check it out on Spotify. You can also watch it live on a Friday, 7 o'clock UK time. Good plug, Fordy. Well done. Right, anyway, Nike Vomero. Now, is this the new version? There's a bit of a story to this one, so let's get stuck in. Okay, so firstly, has anybody else seen this online? The Vomero 16. Yes, 16, not 15. 16. Let me know in the comments if you've seen it, if you've tried it, maybe you've already got a pair. Let me know in the comments. Now this is a bit of a funny one, so bear with me, a bit of a story. So I was on Sports Direct, which if you're not in the UK is a sort of big retailer here in the UK, and they sell quite a lot of discount stuff, but they also sell some of the latest lines of shoes and stuff like that. But I was actually on there looking for new running shoes for my two girls. And I was scrolling down, I grabbed them a couple of pair of Nike something or others, which were on cheap, on sale. That's why I went to Sports Direct. But while I was on there, as I think any runner would do, they start looking at the running shoes for men or for women. And I saw these, and I scrolled down and it said Vomero 16. And I was like, huh? So then I carried on looking, I thought, and that really bugged me. So I went on to the Nike store, you know, the Nike app thing, and it said Nike Vomero 15. So then I went back and it definitely said 16. Now they were £122, I think, £124. I thought, that can't be right. 16s? You sure? So anyway, I clicked on it and I bought them, and here they are. The Vomero 16. So this looks like basically the same shoe, but there's some mild updates, aesthetic updates, I would say, versus 15. Now, I'm going to hold it like that. So get your phone, now look on the Nike store at the 15. Grab it, look. You got it? Okay. So that, what you just looked at, is the 15. Now this is the 16. The biggest changes are this sort of midfoot cage overlay that they've put on. They've changed the lacing here. If you look at the old version, they put these like three, I don't know, tabs on there. It looks like they've got rid of the fly wire in here. I can't feel the fly wire. It just looks like it's a bigger, it's like a cage section over the midfoot. The tongue has gone from like a thin, almost sail, to a thicker, plusher, softer tongue, more of a, you know, like a glycerine, a Brooks or something like that, very thick. They've maintained the thickness of the heel with the foam, but it does feel a little bit more rigid, I would say. It's not as bulbous. They've kept the cage on the back around the heel area. Now the 15 had the new sort of heel counter on it to combat the Zoom X, because this has got, like the 15, the Zoom X. It's also got a carrier foam in it, I believe. It doesn't say anywhere like it did on the 15, but it looks like this section here is just of Zoom X, and then there's another carrier foam, which I can't remember, it was SR something or other. Watch my video of the 15. And then you've got a Zoom unit as well in the shoe. So you've got Zoom X with an Air Zoom unit in the shoe. The other updates are on the upper. It's really, really, really thick. it's almost deep. It's not going to come out on the camera, but it is super deep around the toe box area. And it feels like there's about 3 layers to it. It is really thick. And I ran these the other day, and it was like 22 degrees and my foot was melting. We've still got the sort of fin shaped thing at the back, but they've added the black there, but it's basically the same from here down here, because you've got these like again, it's aesthetics, but these rails that they spoke about. Actually, you might mention it in the description, because on sportshoes.com, these shoes are up and they're 136, 37 pounds. Let me give you some of the spiel. So we've got a mesh upper, padded heel pods and collar, padded tongue, full length Zoom Air unit placed under the forefoot and heel to enhance responsiveness, heel clip, high abrasion rubber outsole. I'll come on to that in a minute. Beveled heel, which promotes a smooth transition from heel to mid stance, apparently. 10mm drop, and we've got 29.5mm in the rear. Let's just do the weight actually while because I've got Mrs. 40 scales here. But yeah, they feel heavy in hand. I remember, I think the other one was 11 point something to 15, so I'm guessing it's probably the same sort of weight. So it's 314 grams, and yeah, 11.1 ounces, so it's the same weight, barring a little bit, but this is a UK 9.5. And like the other one, I could probably got away with a 9, but I went with 9.5. It just feels long. It feels a bit similar to the Nova Blast in terms of length versus the width. But yeah, so if you do get this shoe, just watch your sizing on it. There's plenty of room in the toe box though for me. The outsole, again, has got this, like I say again, it's like the 15. You've got this full length, extremely durable rubber outsole, high abrasion rubber here, that's got almost like lugs on it, but it is so noisy when you run in this thing. Hear that? You hear that? The whole way you're running, it is murder. It's not so bad down the canal paths because you've got the gravel and stuff, so it's not as noticeable, but when you go down on the roads to get to the canal paths for me, and when I'm coming home, oh, it's infuriating, and it's worse than the Tempo Next Percent. Anybody who's running the Tempo Next Percent, you'll know what I mean. But is it a price you're willing to pay for durability? Because there is a lot of rubber on this outsole. Grip is not something you need to worry about with the shoe. In terms of feel and things like that, it's exactly the same. It is a nice mixture with the Zoom X, with the AirPods. It's not unstable, despite the Zoom X. There's no problems in terms of stability. It is a smooth feeling shoe. You do feel the weight on your foot. You do feel the heat, but you do feel the weight on your foot. But I think this shoe is more sitting or situated towards those sort of easy miles and maybe even some of those longer runs, although I wouldn't recommend it. But I think this is where this is marketed. It's like a plush Pegasus 38. The 38 is a versatile trainer you can do everything in. This is more towards those, is designed towards that sort of comfort level for those longer runs and that kind of stuff. Although it is billed as a daily trainer. But there's there's 3 reasons why you wouldn't have this as a daily trainer. 1, 2 and 3 reasons why you wouldn't have the Nike Vomero as a daily trainer. So would you have this as a long run shoe? A max cushioned maybe shoe? Nah, there's so much better out there. This is terrible, this thing. It really is. I don't see why you would buy it. I mean, I bought it purely because I saw 16 and I thought, that ain't right, the 15's not that old, why has the 16 come out? I merely bought it just to see what was going on with it. This is going to be a dog walking shoe for me, I think now. Nothing more, nothing less. It is, yeah, it's just a bit random. I don't understand. Can someone let me know? I remember, and I might be wrong, so please tell me in the comments that the 15 never made it to the States. So I don't know whether this is a sort of effect of that, or a repercussion of that they sort of launched the 16, and it is the 16 because it says it on the tongue. That because the 15 never made it to the States, they've just jumped forward and gone to the 16, which is pretty much the same shoe. They've made some mild changes, like I said, with the cage and the upper and a few aesthetic stuff, but basically it's fundamentally the same shoe because basically it didn't arrive in the States. And instead of like bringing the 15 back, they've just gone, you know what, we'll call it a 16 and we'll see if we can sell a few where we can. Maybe that's the reason, I don't know, but it is extremely confusing. Nike, in terms of daily trainers and other shoes, I think have lost the plot. I really do think that they need to get their act together versus, just those 3 I showed you. You just expect more from Nike. I think, with the shoes they make, like the Next Percent and the Alpha Fly and stuff like that. It'd be interesting to see what they do with the Zoom Fly, which we're waiting to get our hands on. But daily trainers, the Pegasus 38 was a massive improvement versus 37, but in terms of relative to the other daily trainers that are on offer out there, it's you know, it's nothing to it really. So yeah, cut a long story short, people, this is the 16, this is the new version, but I would, yeah, I just wouldn't bother, to be perfectly honest with you.